Hello students, in our previous lecture we have discussed about the concept of polarity of bond and resonance, and in this lecture we have to continue with our next topic, that is the valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. So as you have learned Lewis structures, that Lewis concept is unable to explain the shapes of the molecules. With the help of Lewis structure we can easily see just uh, number of electrons which took part in sharing and the nature of bonds, but in detail shape of the molecule is not explained by the Lewis structures. So this theory provides a simple procedure to predict the shapes of the covalent molecules, as that is a simple theory based on the repulsive interactions of the electron pairs in the valence shell of the atoms. It is totally based upon the repulsive interactions. Clear? So the main postulates of this theory are: the shape of a molecule depends upon the number of valence shell electron pairs around the central atom. For example, if we are having 2 electrons around the central atom, example beryllium, 1 and 2 electrons, according to Lewis structure I have written it in this form. So its shape should be linear. Clear? As given here, its shape will be linear. So how many number of electrons are present in the valence shell? Its shape will going to vary with the number of the valence shell electron pairs around the central atom. And second, pairs of the electrons in the valence shell repel one another since their electron clouds are negatively charged. As you know that same charge is always going to repel other. For example, I am having the example like this. Clear? So for this trigonal bipyramidal geometry we have to discuss this type of the geometries in detail in our next topic. Clear? The electronic arrangement is done in such a way that repulsive interaction will be minimized. Clear? So as we know that electron pairs are going to repel each other. Clear? Or simply water molecule example. In water molecule there are 2 lone pairs. Both are going to repel each other. Clear? So these pair of electrons tend to occupy such positions in space that minimize repulsions, as in this case, and thus maximize the distance between them. Clear? This is the third postulate, and generally 2 types of the arrangements are possible for trigonal bipyramidal geometry if it is going to have one lone pair or electron pairs. That second time this bond will be shifted at this position. Clear? So we have to prefer this structure only because of the repulsive interactions are lesser in this case. The valence shell is taken as a sphere with electron pairs localizing on the spherical surface at maximum distance from one another, as we can take it as in the form of a sphere where electron pairs are present at maximum distances to maximize the distance of lone pair electrons between them. A multiple bond is treated as if it as a single electron pair. The 2 or 3 electron pairs of a multiple bond are treated as a single super pair. For example, I am having these types of bonds or this type of bonds. These are also taken as a single unit, as a super pair. Clear? So where 2 or more resonance structures can represent a molecule, the valence shell electron pair repulsion theory model is applicable to any such structures. Clear? Means for the type of the molecules we can draw more than one structures on the basis of the resonance. VSEPR theory is based only upon the geometry of those molecules. And next, the order of repulsive interaction of the electron pairs, as lone pair interaction, lone pair bond pair repulsions, and bond pair repulsions is always followed in this order. Lone pair repulsion means when 2 lone pairs are going to repel each other. Clear? And lone pair means this, that is, I can write it like that in case of water molecule, that is oxygen atom will going to have 2 lone pair of electrons. Clear? So here there is the repulsive interaction, that is the repulsive interaction. Clear? These interactions are maximum between 2 lone pairs. Repulsive means maximum repulsion, and after that on second number we can expect, that is the lone pair repulsions are always higher than the lone pair bond pair repulsion. This bond pair and this lone pair electrons are going to repel each other. Clear? That is lone pair bond pair repulsions, and then at last we are having bond pair repulsions. The minimum repulsion will takes place here. Clear? That is bond pair type repulsions. So this is the order for the repulsions, that is lone pair is more than lone pair, then bond pair. Clear? So now on the basis of the geometrical shapes of the molecules with the help of a Vesper theory, it is convenient to divide the molecules into 2 categories, such as molecules in which the central atom has no lone pair, and second, the molecules in which the central atom has 1 or more lone pairs. Clear? 2 types of the molecules we are going to have, one with the presence of the lone pair and second with the absence of lone pairs. Clear? So now the compounds of AB2, AB3, AB4, AB5 and AB6 type having the arrangement of electron pairs and B atoms around the central atom A are, generally B is representing the number of the ligands which are surrounding the central metal atom. For example, in case of beryllium chloride, the central metal atom is A, that is the beryllium, and B2 is the chlorine substituents or ligands. Clear? Beryllium chloride molecule will going to have linear geometry with the angle of 180 degree always. Clear? And after that, in case of BF3, AB3 type molecule, all the 3 bonds are lying in one plane with angle between them is of 120 degree. Clear? And AB4, that is tetrahedral geometry with bond angle is of 109.5 degree. Clear? And the second one is the trigonal bipyramidal geometry. In this geometry we are going to have 5 bond pairs. Clear? So 3 are lying in one plane and these 2 are lying in the second plane perpendicular to the first one at 90 degree. Clear? So these are the generally expected shapes for the molecules when there is no presence of any lone pair of electrons. Clear? Simple structures with specific fixed bond angles. So the valence shell electron pair repulsion theory is able to predict the geometry of a large number of molecules, especially the compounds of p block elements. It is also quite successful in determining the geometry quite accurately even when the energy differences between the possible structures is very small. So the theoretical basis of Vesper theory is regarding the concepts of effects of electron pair repulsions on molecular shapes is not clear and continues to be a subject of doubt and discussions. So now you have to keep in your mind, when there is 2 ligands surrounding the central metal atom, the geometry will be linear, and these 2 ligands will going to share the 2 valence shell electrons that are present around the central metal atom. Clear? And next table first is explaining the geometry of molecules in which the central atom has no lone pair of electrons. First, number of electron pairs are 2. Example we can take of beryllium chloride. In case of beryllium, the number of electrons that are surrounding the beryllium atom are 2. Each is shared with the chlorine atom. Clear? That is, its structure will be like first electron, this is the chlorine's electron, second electron, and that is the electron of chlorine. Clear? So this type of the structure, that is the linear one, we are going to form here. that is in any molecule in which this central metal atom will going to have 2 electrons in its valence shell, its geometry will be linear. BeCl2, if I am writing its configuration for beryllium, that is 1s2 and 2s2. The maximum number of electrons in the second shell are 2. Clear? In second shell 2 electrons. So in Lewis structure I will write it in this form, and then I have to show its sharing with the chlorine atom, and that is the linear structure with the bond angle of 180 degree. Linear structure. Clear? So in the same way this table is representing, and next number of electrons are electron pairs in the geometry will become 3, but initially the number of electrons that are surrounding the boron will be 3, as in BF3 molecule. Configuration of boron is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p1. Clear? So according to that configuration, boron will going to have 3 electrons its own, and 1 electron it will going to share with the fluorine atoms. 2, 3. Clear? So this is the 3 electron pairs are involved in this structure, and the geometry is like that. Electron pairs is represented here at the top of each bond. Clear? And the bond angle will be of 120 degree, and the molecular geometry is trigonal planar. Clear? Example is boron trifluoride. Similarly, next example is of tetrahedral in carbon, for example CH4 molecule or NH4 plus molecule, ammonium ion. The number of electron pairs surrounding the carbon is 4 initially, and 4 electron it will going to share with the 4 hydrogen atoms. So this is the Lewis structure, but from this structure we are not able to describe its actual shape. So to describe its shape, we have to understood that in which structure or at which positions I have to keep these bond pairs, that the repulsions between these bond pairs will be decreased. So for this geometry, the type of geometry that is taken, that is tetrahedral, in which first bond is lying over here, and this is the second bond, and here it is the third bond, and then that is the fourth bond. This is the tetrahedral geometry. Clear? For CH4 molecule, in which the total number of electron pairs in this structure is 4. Clear? This is the tetrahedral geometry. I can draw it like that. So next is the trigonal bipyramidal. The example I can take here, in which the central metal atom are having 5 electron in its valence shell. Example phosphorus. Clear? When you are going to write its configuration, then you can see that phosphorus molecule will going to have 2 electrons in its valence shell. So its structure will be like this. That is phosphorus, chlorine, chlorine and chlorine. All these 3 bonds will going to lie in same plane, and these 2 bonds will going to be in the another plane at the angle of 90 degree here, and in between the angle is of 120 degree. Clear? Note here the axial bonds are longer than the equatorial bonds, and these 3 bonds that are in one plane are known as the equatorial bond, and these that are forming the angle of 90 degree perpendicular to this plane are known as the axial bonds. Clear? So axial bonds, because of repulsion from the these 3 bond pairs, will always going to be larger in length. And the next for octahedral, in which the central metal atom will going to have 6 electron pairs surrounding the central metal atom, that is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. Means number of electron pairs are 6 in this structure. for simple form, I can draw this structure like sulfur, fluorine, 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 and here. Clear? So this is the octahedral structure for sulfur hexafluoride molecule. Here the number of electron pairs 6, and arrangement of electron pair is like that these two bond pairs I will going to have at axial positions, and all are at the corners of the square. Clear? And these are going to have angle is of 90 degree. Clear? Axial bond and bonds that are lying in the square plane. Clear? Always going to have the angle of the 90 degree between them, because these are the perpendicular to these bonds. And then molecular geometry is octahedral. Example of the molecule in which the central metal atom is going to have 6 electrons around its structure. Clear? So this is the example. So this table depicts the structures of the molecules in which there is no lone pair is present. Clear? And the next is shape of the molecules in which the central metal atom is going to have one lone pair. Example, molecule type AB2, E-type molecules. For example, we can take here the molecule like sulfur dioxide. Total number of valence shell electrons in case of sulfur are 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Clear? So in this structure, sulfur atom is going to share its bond, its electrons with the two oxygen atoms like oxygen, because valency of each oxygen is also 6. So here it will going to form double bond, and one it will going to have in the form of the lone pair. Clear? So this structure again will be trigonal, planar, but it will shape, if we have to take, that will be bent because of the decrease in the bond angle. Initially for trigonal planar we are expecting the bond angle will be of 120, but here it will going to decrease in this case because this lone pair is going to repel these bond pairs with more power. So here the bond angle will going to increase, but on that side it will going to decrease because of the repulsive interactions. This bond angle will decrease. And then for AB2 E-type molecule, number of bonding pair will be 3, that is first, second and third, and number of lone pair again 1. Trigonal bipyramidal geometry, that is shape will be trigonal bipyramidal, and geometry we will expect only tetrahedral with the reduction in its bond angle. Initially this angle is of 190, but here this lone pair is going to repel this bond pair, and this angle will be reduced to 107 degree nearly. Clear? Example of ammonia molecule, nitrogen, initially having 5 valence electrons, 3 it will going to share with the ligands, and 1 lone pair it will going to have. Clear? Which results in its shape, that is trigonal bipyramidal, and geometry remains the same, that is tetrahedral. And second, AB2 E2 type molecule, in which total number of bond pairs is 4, but 2 lone pair and 2 bond pair. Bent structure, water molecule. We can take it as in the form of the example. I have described earlier also the structure of the water molecule. Clear? And then AB4 E-type molecule, trigonal bipyramidal geometry, that is shape will be seesaw type shape. Clear? So always lone pair will exist at this position. If we are going to take it at this position, then the structure will become unstable because of the maximum repulsions it has to face. But here, because these two bonds are at the lying above the plane, like that pencil at the page of the book, clear, above the plane, so there are minimum repulsions when it will be at equatorial position. Clear? That now example is sulfur tetrafluoride type molecule, and next AB3 E2 type molecule, where 3 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs are present. The shape is T-shaped, trigonal, bipyramidal geometry, and the example is chlorine trifluoride. And then AB5 E-type molecules, in which 5 number of bonding pairs and 1 lone pair. Clear? The shape is octahedral, and geometry will be octahedral, and shape we have to take its square pyramid. That it will going to form a pyramid over the square. Example, bromine pentafluoride, in which generally the number of the valence shell electron pairs surrounding the central metal atom will be 7, because 1 will going to be in the form of the lone pair and 5 will going to form bond pairs with the ligand, that is the fluorine here. And next is AB4 E2 type molecule, in which 4 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs. So the structure will be, geometry will be octahedral and shape will be square planar. Clear? Example is xenon tetrafluoride molecule. So in this table you have seen the examples which describes the geometry and shape of the molecules and the number of the bonding pairs and number of lone pairs in which there is the presence of lone pair. Clear? So definition of lone pair, you know that lone pairs are those pairs which does not take part in the bonding, behaves like the inert electrons. These are the lone pair electrons. Clear? So how lone pair electrons are going to affect the geometry and shape of the molecules, you have seen here for different types of the molecules. Clear? If any doubt till this topic, then you can ask me anytime. So once go through both these tables and try to draw these structures and memorize these structures. Clear? And you have to try each example that is given in the table. If you are having any doubt in solving any example, then you can ask me anytime. Clear?